What's up, everybody? Bad Gamer popping back in. It's time for Faith in Film. All right. Okay. So if you shared it with 12 people, fantastic. But just 1 to 2 is fine. 1 to 2 is fine. Welcome back. And there are some people that end up in here. Yo, Shirai! Hey, Shirai, while you're at work, share it with like 1 to 2 people. Or as I mistyped earlier, 12 people. Oh, man. Let me tell you, bud. Typing is hard. Yeah, welcome to Faith in Film, where we talk about a movie that we chose the week before. And as you regulars know, the first 2 points, and I got to check Discord, because I don't know if Alex is awake. I know that David's working with some stuff, so, because remember, Alex it's 1 a.m. where he is right now. So he may be asleep, and that's 1,000% fine. But yeah, so what we do is we talk about the movie and how it pertains to our faith, and we have discussions with whoever wants to have a talk about whatever we talk about, because we realize that not everybody that shows up here shares our faith, but we want to explain why we believe what we believe, because and how I personally and many others believe that that God can speak to us through anything, including our geeky media. And if you are going to be heading into Quake this year, like Leighton, Leighton might be joining us at a Quake. You're going to have a heads up because you're here and you know what we're doing. We're basically, here's the thing, Quake starts next week. So I'm going to give y'all a heads up. We're basically doing this. We're watching a couple of movie clips, and then we are using our brains and our Bibles to find the correlation. I hopefully am. Oh, I hope so, Leighton. I hope so, buddy. I hope so. I somehow missed your other streams today. I mean, that's okay, Tom. I know how much you don't love me. It's fine. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Tom was like, 3 times yesterday was enough. I can't take anymore. By missed them, I mean I didn't see that Wednesday. I missed them. All right, you guys. What are your guesses? What are your guesses for this week? How far did Lem get into the movie? And if you are the closest without going over Price is Right rules, we'll get you a PC game. I have a library of PC games that I will be choosing from based on what you say the genre you like is. So, let's go. Who's got their guesses? Must be present to win. Not like literally in here, but like in the stream. We're guessing how far I got into Thor Ragnarok. Leighton says 47 minutes. All right. Anybody else? Shirai says 44 minutes. Gavin says 56 minutes. Well, Tom says 56 minutes. We have to make that decision. It's Gavin Finity and then Gavin Finity Jr. Excuse me. Oh my. I'm so sorry. That Pepsi. All right. And remember, you have up until, if you haven't already put in your vote, you have up until my second point. And that's assuming I have a second point. Maybe I only have 1 point and I didn't get very far into the movie. Or I could have 20 points and only get through 5 of them, because that's happened before. All right. So my point number 1. The movie starts. Well, here, I want to turn this music down on my headset. It's a little loud for me. All right. The movie starts with dark and despair, right? Thor is up in this cage talking to this skeleton. But the movie doesn't end with that. Now, here's the thing. I may have made it to the end. I may not have, but I've seen the movie many times, so I know what the last scene is. So that's where I'm grabbing that. Don't take that into account, okay? But it doesn't end with that. Once you get to the credits, after the credits, there's something else. But after the up to the first start of the credits, and it brings to mind Proverbs 19:21. I'm gonna pull that up here. If you guys want a cheat book, Junior says 107 minutes. So an hour. So an hour and 47 minutes, bud. Okay. One hour, 47 minutes. All right. But Proverbs chapter 19, verse 21. It says, many are the plans in a person's heart, but it's the Lord's purpose that prevails. So it starts off doom and gloom. Like, things are bad. But it's whatever God has said that he that is needs to be is what happens. And overall, the universe, and I'm going to call God the Beyonder in this case, the old school Beyonder. In this case, eternity, whatever you want to say, in the Marvel universe, said, nah. I mean, you're in a cage. You're actually got predicted that your world is going to be done, and no, Asgard is not done, because Asgard is not a place. Asgard is a people. Just like when we say the church, it's not a place. The church is a people, and God's will be done, no matter what kind of what kind of messed up human stuff happens. Right? So Proverbs 19:21. By the way, for those of you who might not know the Bible, Proverbs is kind of like the I like to call it the cheat code book for those that don't know, because I don't know. So if you ever look for wisdom, that's where you go, is Proverbs. All right. Point number 2. All right. And remember, you guys can join in on the conversation right there in the chat. We are... just missed that. Gotta remember that one to Jen. Hey! The Bacon Bot followed. Let's go. Thanks, Bacon Bot. We love Bacon Bot. I know you. Uh, uh, Chatham's, how the heck are you, sir? Do you have a guess for how far I got into? We love you, Bacon Bot, Timmy. All right. Bacon Bot gets to choose. Gets to guess how long I got into the movie. As does Bear the Hairless, Chatham's. Because I haven't said my second point yet. How long did I get it? Ryan says, I bet you didn't make it through the opening credits. 1 minute and 30 seconds. Ryan. Wow, bro. 1 minute, 1.5 minutes. Wow, Ryan. Ryan, up until, and actually still with Love and Thunder, I think Ragnarok is my favorite Thor movie. And then comes Love and Thunder, for sure. And I'll get into that in just a second, actually. All right. So, Bacon Bot, how long did I make it into the movie? I stand by my statement. What you were quoting was from the first 10 minutes or so. Yes. I tend to go... Here's the thing, you guys. I tend to go in chronological order when I talk about my points. Not all of our hosts do. But I go into... I go in chronological order just because it's a little bit easier for me to talk about. All right, so that's why that's a thing. But that doesn't always mean I only did that. He wants to know how long he has watched it through, not how long he was focused on it. I think it was said by Odin to his sons. Six times through. Yeah, no. How many minutes into this viewing of the movie did I get? That's the question. All right. Bacon Bot says, Timmy says 32 minutes. Remember, we're doing Prices Right rules. Highest without going over. I didn't say through. 6 times through. Watched it. How long? Yeah, how much? Okay. No. Chad says 6 times through. $1, Bob. Timmy. Well, was there a squirrel involved at any point? All right. Chad still has not given me a number as far as how many minutes. I'm going to get to my second point, and I need to see a number from Chad before I finish my second point. All right. So 60 minutes, just a full hour. Chatham's says 60 minutes. All right. So while still in that swingy thingy in the cage, Thor says sometimes you need to get captured to get a straight answer. And that reminded me of excuse me, this soda. I'm sorry. 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 22. The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 9. Wait a second. Where is it? There we go. 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 22. Which says, to the weak I became weak to win the weak. I have become all things to all people so that by all possible means I might save some. All right. How long until Lems look at that screen, not including the one showing the movie? What? Because that's what heroes do. Here's the thing. I used that in a tweet to Dumb Blonde earlier this week. Maybe that was even yesterday. We should have a different version of this. How long until Lem looks at a screen, not including the one showing the movie? Dude, that's not fair. That's like 0.35 seconds. But what Paul's saying here is he's meeting people where they are. Which is what I like to think that we do. But meeting people where they are. Not everybody wants a full-blown Sunday morning sermon. Not everybody wants to hear from the Bible. But people want to be, believe it or not, people want to be treated the way that the Bible tells us to treat them. All right? They want to be how Christ's love is there for them. That's what people want. So whether you're reading it out of the Bible and telling people or not, I personally am all about showing that. I try to show Christ's love. And if people are curious about why it is, great, ask me. Why are you like the way you are, dude? Well, I drink a lot of water, I try to eat right, and I follow Christ. Also, ADHD, and I like caffeine. So, well, a lot of that explains it, right? So yeah, that is, I firmly believe that 1 Corinthians 9:22 falls within, sometimes you need to get captured to get a straight answer. So that you can fully show Christ's love. Sometimes you got to be where they are, just like he did. I mean, Jesus was the Son of God. He was basically God. Jesus is God in flesh, right? And in that, he didn't have to be, right? But he did. He met us where we are. So that's what Paul is also saying. He's also saying, hey, if Jesus can come and meet us where we are, who am I to say that I shouldn't do the same? All right, that's second point. If you guys have not already guessed, I'm giving you 1 second before I start on my third point. How long do you think I got into the movie? The person that is the closest without going over wins a PC game. And we find out after we pick the movie for next week. Go to where we are. Ryan? Friday looks better for me. I do have a middle of the day thing, but Friday might be okay, honestly. But I know the girls are going to be drawing tonight and not Friday night. But I did not draw yesterday. So I do need to do some drawing tonight. I'll figure it out tonight. All right. Last chance. Anybody else? Looking at the chat. Actually, you know what I need to do? I need to use the chat box. I put the chat box right here. I make sure it pops up. There it is. Mickey! Okay, I see you, Mickey. You're right there. You're right. Oh, you're two places. What's that? Oh, we're gonna hide that chat box. I'm gonna put that away. So Mickey, you want to pick? You want to guess how long I got into Thor Ragnarok before I did not watch Thor Ragnarok anymore? Okay, sounds good. Because you could win a PC game. Someone has already chosen 30 minutes. The movie is 2 hours and 11 minutes long. We have a 47 minute, a 44 minute, a 56 minute, a 47 minute. Oh, wait. Oh, 1 hour and 47 minutes. Sorry. Ryan says 1.5 minutes. Timmy says 32 minutes. And Chad says 60 minutes. Oh, so nobody said 30. Nobody said 30. All right, 30 minutes it is. Okay, all right. Do you want 55 minutes or do you want 30 minutes? Because I did tell you that somebody had 30 minutes. I'll let you choose which one you want. $30 minutes? Okay. Mickey says 30. Okay. All right, point number 3. This was the movie that made me rethink and change the way that I saw Thor in the MCU. When it comes to Lum's attention span, always take the under. Yeah, your story can change a life, right? Or an outlook. I like to here. We're gonna head over to Psalms real quick. Check it out. Check. Hold on. All right, hold on. Let's go in. We're gonna look at Psalms. Hold up. 66. Verse 6, I believe. All right. That's not the right one. 16. 1 second. All right. All right, my son gets an hour and 47 minutes. He obviously doesn't know Lum's attention span. This is true. Psalm 66:16. Come in here, all you who fear God. Let me tell you what he has done for me. And by that fear, that doesn't mean like, oh no, fire and brimstone. It's all those who love, who respect, who honor God. Now let me tell you what he's done for me. That right there, you telling the story of what God's done for you. Now this is, or me telling a story of what God has done for me, can inspire. It can change a life. We've had folks that have come in, and or that I met. They come into the stream, or that I've met in person that have said, doing the God Games and Geekery stream and community saved my life. We've had students that felt alone and judged because of how they view their lives. they felt unloved that have come up and said, hey, I'm so glad that you're doing this. We've had boomers, like literal boomers, guys, not just like, okay, boomer. No, literal boomers say, this is probably one of the best things I've seen for our community. So! Hiya. So just me telling my story about how I'm a geek and how I love Jesus, that's my testimony. Are there other parts of my testimony? Absolutely. But going back to 1 Corinthians 9:22, where we talked about, where Paul was talking about being all things for all men so that some might come to know Jesus. The parts of my testimony I tell to different people are different. I'm not making anything up. It's just, does that apply to you? Because I don't have some sort of crazy redemption, oh man, I was a wild guy type. No, I don't have any of that in my story. My testimony is nothing like that. But my testimony to you guys in this community is that I had one day I just felt I was called to do a geeky workshop. Awesome. A geeky workshop at a winter youth event. And just showing students and their leaders and adults how their geeky life can be part of their walk with God. I think the most inspiring and welcoming part of you telling others is your geekery and how you live Jesus and how proud you are of it. Many people utter that under their breath when you shout from where you shout from the rooftops. Honestly, I think I mutter under my breath quite a bit. But here's the thing. I mutter under my breath when I think it's not going to bring someone toward Christ. If they ask me, yeah, I'm going to talk to them. I'll tell them. If they say, why don't you? I'll tell them. Now, why don't you X, Y, Z, or 1, 2, 3? Well, this is the reason why. You asked, and this is why. I'm not going to condemn you, but I want you to know why I won't be joining you in X, Y, Z, or 1, 2, 3. Different parts of our story resonate with different people. God puts in many situations throughout our lives so that God puts them in many situations throughout our lives so that we can connect with each other in different ways. Exactly. And most important, you don't tell others they're wrong. Someone is different from you and you accept them. Exactly. Because I want that, right? I want to be loved. So I love people for who they are. Do I always agree with everybody? No. Are you kidding me? Of course not. Take, for instance, my oldest daughter. Told me I wouldn't look good in a cowboy hat. Come on. Yeah, but what I'm saying is that me saying that I'm a geek and doing that workshop led people to understand that, oh man, yeah, this is a thing that could be, this is a thing. I'm a geek. I'm a geeky about crochet. I'm geeky about drawing. I'm geeky about video games. It's beautiful. Oh. I was commanded to love others. It's not my place to condemn anyone. I don't want that response. Exactly. That is, I have not been watching Yellowstone. Yellowstone is too serious of a show for me. Chad, the extent of my seriousness is normally like an MCU movie. Now, so yeah. So the other part of my testimony is now that even internally, there were folks that didn't understand or believe in what G3 is, right? It's so cowboy, though. I have not been watching Indiana Jones. I do love Young Guns, though. Oh, bro. Okay, anyway. But yeah, even internally, there were folks that didn't quite understand or believe what I was proposing. And then through my story of you guys showing up and talking and having these discussions and all of that stuff, you guys talking about this, I bring these stories back to the staff, and more of them are understanding who you are and that G3 needs to be a thing. So that we, as geeks, as gamers, can share the love of Christ with you. By the way, that's a testimony. Yoo-hoo! I'll make you famous. Yes! Ryan, I see it, but I'm not reading it out loud because now, stop making me blush. Make me turn purple. All right. Okay. So point number 4. That's just point number 4, you guys. I just the googly hat, and it looks very close, especially with the band. You had me think I remember it wrong. I think the indie hat it's close, but especially I think the indie hat is brown and mostly leather, right? But such a beautiful, but he turned with a beautiful shade of purple. All right. Point number 4. Point number 4, you guys. All right. So the deception that Loki was doing. All right. I want to look it up. It's Galatians 6, I believe. Yes, 6 verse 7. Yeah, there we go. All right. This derailed. No, it was a wool fedora, not a cowboy hat. Oh, well, this is a wool cowboy hat. Not a fedora, but it's a wool. It's warm, bro. All right. Galatians chapter 6, the book of Galatians chapter 6, verse 7. So that deception holds the whole world, that whole planet of Asgard. Loki was deceiving them, and it melted away in seconds. Galatians chapter 6, verse 7 says, "Do not be deceived. God cannot be mocked. A man reaps what he sows." Think about it. Loki was, he was just fooling everybody. And then the sheer disappointment and disdain in the crowd when he revealed himself, it went through. He sowed deceit and disdain for the non-respect for his fellow Asgardians. And that's when he got back. Absolutely got back. Yeah, so my hope is that we are all sowing the seeds of care, the seeds of love, the seeds of truth toward each other, even when we're ticked off at each other. Even when we're ticked off at each other, because that's going to help us grow. I know that in our organization here, I have some folks that are 100% will crash down my door if I'm doing something that they feel is wrong, and they will explain why, and mostly in a loving way. And there's a good amount of times they're right. So yeah, a fedora and a cowboy hat are same thing, just a different band to the brim. Really? Okay. Good to know. All right. Anybody else have anything they wanted to say about that one? Not the fedora and the cowboy hat, but the deception. I'll let you guys chatty McChats about it. All right. And while you do that, I'm going to move on to point number 5. Point number 5. So Loki and Thor go to Earth because Loki banished Odin. Odin was getting old, losing power. And Loki was like, all right, well, I'm going to take over. And he dropped him off at Shady Acres Retirement Home, which, when they got to Earth, was being demolished. That's rough. You drop your dad off at a retirement home, and there it is. And then Loki gets kidnapped by Doctor Strange, which I just find that hilarious. That whole scene with Doctor Strange is fantastic. Like I said, this was the Thor movie that changed my view of MCU Thor. But Doctor Strange eventually let him go, and they told him where Odin was. And they went to go get Odin. And Odin turned into Stardust. And then Hela shows up. And, they try to speak civilly to her. And she ain't having it. And so they weapon up. And Thor throws Mjolnir at Hela. And she catches it. And Thor says, that's impossible. And Hela says, you have no idea what's possible. What is possible. You have no idea what is possible. Now, Jesus did so many miracles. So many miracles, right? He helped people to walk that were lame. Jesus, my boy, spit in some clay and rubbed it on a blind guy's eyes, and helped him to see. He raised the dead. He cast out demons, put them into some pigs that ran over a cliff. As a matter of fact, he raised him. He was also raised from the dead. I'm just saying. That 3-day respawn, that's a rough one, but he's back. He's back, baby. Still had his kit. All right? But there were still people that did not believe he is the Son of God. All while accepting and loving crackhead John. That's probably one of the most incredible things, right? Medically, we can do reconstructive surgeries and all that stuff now, right? We can do all that. But how hard is it to love that one person? And you know who I'm talking about. All of us, it might be different. But he loved and accepted crackhead John. That's a miracle right there. Right? A human that can do that, that's a miracle. So when you think, hold on, I'm gonna get the right quote. All right, let's take a look. Let's take a search. All right. All right, here we go. We're gonna go back. Oop, hold on. Go back. Matthew 19:26. All right. So, my boy is, all right, so Jesus is hanging out. He's doing some teaching. Hey, what's up, Ryan? Can we say, how you doing? John Smith, how are you? You've got 3 seconds, well, 10 seconds, I'll give you 10 seconds to actually say that. Oh, that was just when you talk about people that are tough to love. Yeah, you got 10 seconds to actually say hi and join in the conversation to prove you're not a bot. All right? We don't like to ban actual people. All right? So you got 10 seconds, bud. All right. All right. Bye, John Smith. Let's say bye to John Smith. Everybody say bye to John Smith. Oh yeah, it was created 32 minutes ago. I would eat Taco Bell and invade whatever data center you reside in. All right. So here we go. So Jesus is hanging out and doing some teaching, and people are like, hey, I want to bring my kid so Jesus can pray for him. But the disciples, Jesus' homies, Jesus' close friends were like, nah, get them kids out of here. He's teaching. And Jesus said, hold up. Bring the kids in. Because the kingdom of heaven belongs to those types. All right? The people that are just willing to come and learn. People that are just, so he prayed for them, placed his hands on them and prayed for them. My chat is what happens when an AI goes haywire. That's because he has been pitching it, not that it was designed that way. This right here? Oh, yeah. This I pitched. I do this. I do this. I don't know if it was like that, but I've been doing it like this. I've been punching it. So, all right. So it goes on to say, all right, that this guy comes up and he says, "Hey, what can I do to get eternal life?" And Jesus was like, "What do you mean? What do you, like, the good thing? You can't do good things to get to heaven. That's not how this works. You can't earn your way into heaven. This dude's a rich dude, right? So he says, if you enter life, keep the commandments. And the guy was like, all right, which one? He was like, which one? All right. And Jesus said, okay, all right, here's the thing. He said, which ones? He says, you shall not murder, you shall not commit adultery, you shall not steal, you shall not give false testimony, honor your father and mother, and love your neighbor as yourself. And the guy says, yeah, I do all that. What do I lack? What am I missing? He says, if you want to be perfect, go and sell everything. Give to the poor, and you'll have a treasure in heaven. Then you come follow me. My boy basically told a Fortune 500 company owner, because he's a rich dude, right? He's like, hey, go sell the company. Come back with the shirt on your back, and let's go hang. And he was like, I might not be able to do that. And he says, here's the thing. He says, truly, I tell you, this is verse 23, it's hard for someone who is rich to enter the kingdom of heaven. Again, I tell you, it's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for someone who is rich to enter the kingdom of God. And the disciples were like, hold up. Then who can be saved? And Jesus looked at him and says, with man, it's impossible. But with God, all things are possible. So Jesus isn't saying, all right, you got to be poor to get into heaven. He's not saying that. But he's saying, you have to be willing to follow me. You have to be willing to do the things that I ask you to do. Because everything that Jesus is going to ask you to do or me to do isn't necessarily written out in the Bible. In the Bible, it doesn't say, hey, Lem, go start a video game and geekery missionary thing, right? It doesn't say that in the Bible. Nowhere. Go do a geeky ministry. It does not say that. But it's what it is saying is, hey, you have to be willing to do what I ask you to do. So if that means that I need to not play games at night with my friends as much as I want so that I can get up in the morning and be ready to do this with you guys, I have to be willing to make that sacrifice. I have to be willing to say, all right, well, I really wanted to go out and watch Black Panther Wakanda Forever, but that's, some money that I could put toward what we do here personally. So you might not be rich in money. Maybe you're rich in time. Maybe you're rich in talent. God might be asking you to do something with it. And following what he has asked you to do is what he's talking about. Committing your life, accepting Jesus, not only as your Savior, but as Lord. The guy that's in charge. So that's where I got that. Topic number 5. All right, looks like we got time for one more. All right. All right, and this one, I don't have a Bible verse to support this. I just know this in my heart. So Thor is fighting the Hulk. He finds out he's on this planet, Sakaar. He ends up seeing Loki's here, and Jeff Goldblum is here, and now he's a gladiator, and he's going to fight Jeff Goldblum's champion. So someone that didn't see the hat when he bought it wouldn't know, but that still looks like an indie hat with a pinch and the leather band. Possibly, yeah. And he's fighting the Hulk, and he knocks the Hulk down, and he goes in, and he does what he saw Natasha do. He goes in to see Natasha, to see Hulk. He reaches out his hand. He says, "Hey, buddy, sun's getting real low." And that's what she does to soothe him, get him to calm down, turn back into Banner. All right? But that's not a genuine relationship for Hulk and Thor. Hulk and Thor's relationship is built on knocking each other around, taking some lumps. Even when they were battling together in the Avengers movie, the big thing was like, who's the strongest? And they would battle together, and then they were sitting next to each other, and then Hulk just punches Thor. That's their genuine relationship. If you're trying to build a relationship with folks, like, you're not, I guarantee most of you are not exactly like me. We all share some similarities, but you're not exactly like me. And so you're going to have to build your own genuine relationships. Don't try to copy anybody when you're building those relationships. Because if you're going to be able to speak into somebody's life, you need to be yourself and bring yourself, your vulnerabilities, your awesomeness, your highs, your lows, all that stuff. Lem puts together a really good sermon of sorts. Congregation talks about Lem's hat. I don't see how that's any different than regular church, sir. So someone that didn't see trust, that's not any different than any other church. But you have to be you. Be who God made you to be so that you can speak into the lives of those so they can be who they need to be. All right, you guys. That's this week. Let's look for a movie for next week. Now, remember, next week, I will be traveling on Thursday. So, we will be doing Faith and Film on Wednesday. Faith and Film on Tuesday. And then we will be doing Game Night on Wednesday. All right, so let's find a movie for this week. Is there okay, here's the thing. Is there a streaming service you guys want me to look at? Do you want me to look at Disney Plus? Do you want me to just look at my movies that I own? I'll let you guys pick the streaming service that I look at. I'll let you choose. First one in the chat. If I have it, I'll use it. Waiting for that chat. Paramount Plus. Do I still have Paramount Plus? Hold on, let me look, Evan. I don't know if we still have it. I was supposed to get rid of it. Your account. Your address, Prime. Because I think I did it through Prime. I think I did it through Prime, and I don't know where to look on Prime. Log into security. Content and devices. Let's take a look. No, we're not choosing the movies. We're just choosing the we're choosing the service. Add your profiles. Shortcuts. Prime reading. We'll take a look here. Service requests. Nope. Huh. No saved IDs. Contact devices. I know. Huh. I know you can connect it to Amazon. Paramount Plus subscription. Huh. Maybe I don't have it anymore. I don't know. I don't know. Membership. Oh, memberships and subscriptions. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Found it. Kindle Unlimited. Peacock. I do not have Paramount Plus. I did cancel it. All right. So give me another one. Give me another service, you guys. Because the faster we get this, the faster we get this, the faster we find out who won. Peacock? All right, let's find out what do we have on Peacock. What can we watch on Peacock? Geeky and family-ish friendly. Huh. I know I have it because we watch stuff on it at home. You know what? What do you guys have? I don't know what Shudder is. I don't know what that is. Let me see what I can just log right into. Can I just log into Hulu on my phone? All right, Hulu is, I do have Hulu on my phone. It works on my phone, so I know that that works. Let's do. Huh. Ooh. I've never seen that one, but I love the... No, we're not going to do that one. All right. Let's find movies. Holiday movies, popular, featured, comedy. All right, let's take a look through here. Oh! I haven't seen this in forever. You guys. Surf's Up. Oh, yeah, I'm not doing that. Surf's Up, you guys. All right, the movie is Surf's Up. So excited for that. Do I actually have that in other places too? I swore we had that somewhere else. Spider-Man, Star Wars. I don't have that elsewhere. I might have it just on disc. Okay. All right, you guys. All right. It is a surfing movie. We're watching it. It is from 2007. 15 years ago. All right. So Surf's Up. We'll put it in the Discord. All right. Now, as far as who got closest, out of that 2 hours and 11 minutes of a movie, Leighton said 47 minutes. Shirai said 44 minutes. Gavin Finity said 56 minutes. Junior said an hour and 47 minutes. Ryan said a minute and a half. Timmy said 32. Chad said 60. And Mickey said 30. I watched 1 hour and 11 minutes and 43 seconds of Thor Ragnarok. Chadams won himself a PC game. Chad, I'll be in touch with you about what we do with that. There you go. There you go. Just Watch. Thank you, Gavin Finity. I need to watch that app. How do we get that app? Just Watch. I'll look for it right now. All right, you guys. You can re-gift it? Sounds good. Who was the next closest? Gavin Finity. I'm going to give it to you because you were the next closest. Hit me up, buddy. I'll get you a code or a link. All right, everybody. Thanks for being here. I will see you tomorrow. We've got something special planned for you tomorrow. Yeah, we got something special planned for you tomorrow. I think it's super cool. But remember, Jesus loves you. So do I. So do these guys. And always, always leave people better than you found them. Peace.